We asked for supply and we got it. Supply is getting higher as we speak. 2004 was the peak of supply and demand. 2008 was a huge shocker. We had all those toxic asset loans. And ever since then, we've been climbing up. And now we're at a plateau. Sellers are being very stubborn about pricing their house correctly. The market is contracting. This article says that things are coming down. Here's the proof. Post-pandemic highs giving buyers more options. Now, it's true. Buyers have been picky over the last few months. It's absolutely true. As a matter of fact, yesterday I showed you the expired number. I want to show you this real quick. Yesterday I did this. Number of expired listings in Santa Clara County. Everything's shooting up. This is 2022 when rates went up. This is the number of canceled, withdrawn, and expired listings in Santa Clara County. SFR, single families only, no condos. I do this because Ryan Lundquist, who talks about different ways of looking at the market. He's an appraiser in Sacramento, and I take that same concept, the same topic, and try to manipulate it so it's down here in Santa Clara County and the Bay Area. If you look, we shot up as far as drawns, cancellations, and expireds. And that's 3 different categories, but they're all the same thing. June, it fell down a little bit. This number is probably going to change because we're still early into June. So this might plateau out. And then once we get into July, we'll see the same thing go up a little bit. We're seeing frustrated sellers pull houses off market. Home delistings spike as sellers hold out for better offers. This was July 8th by Luke Baines in Scotsman's Guide, and delistings are outpacing overall inventory growth in the U.S. housing market. But I just showed you Santa Clara. Real estate listings noted that delistings increased almost 50% from the prior year, which are 35%. Again, we were going into a slowing pace. So what does this mean to you? It means this is a great time to buy. Is it a great time to sell? No, but right now we're in a downward, I wouldn't say it's a crash like 2008. There's less competition right now. And what will happen is sellers will start panicking. Sellers will start pulling houses off market. Sellers will start lowering price, and then more competition comes in because buyers realize now's the time to buy. Next thing, you're competing for price because you have multiple offers on houses. This is exciting for me because I've been telling you this for the last 4 or 5 years. This is a time to buy a house if you're in the market. I know that rates are high, but when rates drop, they have to drop. 7% is just not sustainable right now. It's just keeping people out of the market. When rates drop, there's going to be a whole lot more buyers in the market. If you buy today, you can refinance then. Buy a house you can afford right now, because once the rates drop, there'll be more competition, and then you'll see a little bump. These are recessions right here. This is the case for U.S. National Home Price Index, and this only goes to 1988. I'll show you in the next slide. This slide right here goes to 60. Every time there's a recession, rates hold, except for 2008, right? Even in the last recession in 20, we saw prices go up. Prices continue to go up because we were seeing historically low rates. Now things are evening out, but prices are still going up. Why? Because people need a place to live. Real estate is still a great place to park money if you have it. Here's the mortgage rates, right? We're at 7%. 7.76 was the highest that we saw in November 2023. Now we're down to 6.67, but you can drop that down to 6 or 5.5 if you buy points. When it comes down, it's going to come down maybe 1/4 or 0.5%. Rates are already down 1/4% from March, April, May. So that means you're going to look at 6.25, maybe 6%, and then you're going to want to buy it down to 5.5% to bring buyers back in the market, make them feel good as a rule of thumb. Right? That's not an exact number. That's not science. I don't know if we're in a buyer's market or seller's market. I think we're in an equilibrium right now. We're in a balanced market. Keep that in mind. Okay, Wednesday, 90 days on market. We have 67 total listings that are on market over 90 days. I keep looking at this one on Woosley, which is right by my house. This one is 1.4858, and it's been on market forever, and it's just not selling. The agent took their photos with the iPhone. If you're going to 1.458 for a house, you should have professional photos. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet. So that's what you get for 90 days on market. Distressed homes in the Bay Area, and there's 69 of them total. Everything here are condos and townhouses in Santa Clara County. This thing should not be selling $800,000. It's a 2-bedroom condo. It looks like it should be maybe $150,000, but it's a rental, right? This is set up to be a rental. It's a single family house. So $800,000 for a 2-bedroom house. I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy that. I'd probably buy that for $300,000 and insult the bank. These are bank owned properties. Here's the San Jose snapshot, which we'll go into real quick, which is Wednesday. And we have 300 homes that are on market over 40 days. We have 67 homes that are on market over 90 days. Bank owns, we have 69, and REOs, all of California is 276. So we're still not in the REO market. Just to give you numbers here so you can take a look at the chart, nothing is spiking except for the inventory. The 40-day plus is coming up. Same thing with San Jose. We have our inventory, we just don't have the buyers. The market is telling us that buyers are being picky. They're waiting for rates to drop. And if they're going to buy a house, they're going to get it for their price or their condition or location. Houses are still selling. We closed 70 houses last week. 69 went into contract. This is for San Jose. In Santa Clara County, we have 142 going into contract. Not boggling numbers, but if you look at this number through the last couple of years, it's not bad. It's still relevant. Not crazy numbers like we saw in 2020 to 2022, but I still say it's a good time to buy. I don't